What happens when two idiots give life advice? Explore unrealistic situations and give random topics more thought than they deserve? It's Randomosity with Shawn and Mark.
Welcome to Randomosity with Shawn and Mark, episode number 9.
Woo-hoo.
Or at least that's what that's at least what the piece of paper is telling me. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and had plenty of turkey stuffing and pumpkin pie. Shawn, speaking of turkey, I think you have an announcement to make, more of a mandated statement.
Yeah, so last week, there was the incident on Main Street, and I've been asked to write a formal apology, and I'll take care of that right now. I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize for my actions in bringing about the great turkey stampede last week. My intention was to bring joy and laughter, but instead I brought fear and trauma. I've accepted the proposed 2-week exile from Main Street and have compensated those who were affected. While I am sorry for this incident, you do need to all keep in mind that I am an idiot who was put in charge. So whose fault is it really? Thank you and Godspeed.
Who are you trying to blame here? That's what I want to know.
Hey, who put me out there? That's all I want to know. Who put me out there and put me in charge?
Yeah, are you trying to blame me for this?
Well, I seem to remember the show beforehand. Hey, I want something. I want something great. I want something spectacular.
Yeah, but I didn't say release a herd of turkeys,
It wasn't supposed to be a herd. It was supposed to be a parade.
A parade of turkeys. Did you at least get like a trainer, a turkey trainer, or somebody that could wrangle turkeys?
I mean, no, I just went to a turkey farm, gave them some money, and
What happened to the turkeys afterwards?
We don't need to bring that up. The lot of happy Thanksgivings out there after that. Let's just say that.
I see another apology coming. Okay, on today's program, would you rather? That's a good question. And we're going to discuss warning labels, which is a good thing for Shawn. This is kind of an educational program as well today.
There is no warning label on a turkey, though, Mark. Not a single one.
There should be. There should be. Just for you.
Just for me, just the Doyle label.
That's right. That's right. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. Smoked a turkey like I do every year. And, every year. It's hard to get a good drag. Actually, I say every year. This will be the second year I've done it. So it's a new tradition. But, yeah, did that, and we had some fun.
Yeah, we spent time with friends and family. We actually got invited Friday to some friend's house. They were going to have like a dinner party, and they said we didn't have to make anything. But, I always feel like you're saying that, but if I show up empty-handed, it'll be bad, right?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to make some kind of like cheesy potato thing, when I use Velveeta, the fake cheese. And, I kind of forgot that this woman's husband is a chef. And they also, like, all his friends are chefs. They were all going to be there. It was going to be like a gourmet spread, which I didn't realize. So we get there, and I hand them the potatoes, and, wife's going, oh, thank you. We'll just give this to the kids.
Well, at least the kids got it and not the dogs. I mean,
yeah,
that's a look at.
That's true. I guess somebody did eat it, so I guess that's a good thing.
You kept the kids nutritious, Mark.
That is true. That's very true. So if you like the podcast and you want to support the show, here's a couple of quick and easy things that you can do to help us out. Subscribe or follow the show on your favorite podcast site, and leave us a review on Facebook, Twitter, Apple Podcast, or Audible. Look for us on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark, or on Twitter at RandomosityPod. And send in your questions, your would you rathers, your life advice inquiries, or topics that you might have us want to discuss. How about some odd, random, or bizarre situations you'd like to see Shawn and I navigate out of? Those are always fun. Shawn, you're working on the Instagram.
I am. We'll have the labels that we're doing today. I'll be posting those up. And I'm working on Instagram's a little bit new to me. I have had an Instagram for a long time. It's had 2 pictures on it for about 5 years. So they were put on at the same time. So, yeah, I got to figure that out, and I'm working on it. I am an idiot. We know this. So as soon as I get that going, it's going to be the same name, Randomosity Pod. You can look it up now. There is an Instagram. I don't think there's anything on it right now.
Okay.
But you can look it up and see that it exists.
All right. Now let's move on with That's a Good Question.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
All right. This is where we get these crazy questions that we try to answer. Hopefully we can work ourselves through this. I know Shawn still, is having mental flashbacks of the big turkey parade, and
I'm still
still problems there, blaming people, when he can't take responsibility himself, but that's fine. That's fine.
Mark, I'm still finding random feathers.
Oh my. All right. Our first question. If you're walking into a restaurant and you hold the door open for someone, you're trying to be polite, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see somebody walking up, but you're at the door and you hold it open for them. Who gets to put their name down first on the waiting list?
Okay.
I know we've had this problem before. We were at Texas Roadhouse one time, and we held the door open for this older couple, and we went in behind them, and they were, we couldn't navigate around them. They were moving so slow, and then they put their name in first, and then they got seated right away, and then we had to wait like 15 minutes. So I mean, is that even fair?
I mean, not really. You were at the door first, so you got penalized for your politeness.
Right.
It would work best if it was one of those vestibules that has 2 entry doors.
Oh, yes.
And they hold it for you, and everything's set back to normal. So I would say, how passive aggressive are we going to be on this, or are we just going to be direct, like, hey, get your old back there?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we need to come up with a plan next time.
Okay.
Maybe that's what we should do. So, we still want to be polite. So we both rush to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And you open the door and I go in, and then you hold the door open for them, because then I'm ahead of them.
There you
and
go.
I can still get our name in first. Or vice versa. I can hold the door and you can.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. So if you've got more than one person, you put in a scout. I think that's the way you do it. You set a scout in, they go in, they get the table, and then you can be polite to everybody else coming. You can let everybody in to that.
Because what happens if they got like a party of like 12 or something,
Yeah, and you just let everybody in, and it's just you two, and then, oh, sorry, we don't have anything. We had to put all the tables together for this party of 12.
Yeah, of course, maybe we would get our seats first because it's only 2 people compared to 12. When we go to Cracker Barrel, that's not nearly as bad. I mean, at least there's a store you can look around. I mean, sometimes that becomes an obstacle course, though, to get to the front to sign in. And in these times, I mean, it becomes even more difficult because the seating's a little different than it used to be.
Yeah. You mentioned the Cracker Barrel. I love the Cracker Barrel store.
Oh, me too.
They have those candy sticks. They've got the clover gum.
Yeah, they've got everything there.
You can go ahead of me if there's a Cracker Barrel store there.
Yeah, there's plenty to look at. I mean, things to do to bide your time, even if we had to wait 15 minutes. Now when we talked about the steak place, that wasn't so much. I mean, well, they got the peanuts, I guess you can eat.
Yeah, but then you're filling up, and then.
You know what? They don't have that going on right now because you can't do that.
Oh, that's right.
So,
normally they have the peanuts. I wonder how long until those are back. That makes me sad.
Yeah, I think they have the peanuts on the table.
I think they do, but yeah, the ones at the front gate in the barrel, front door in the barrel.
The front gate.
Cattle call. No. But yeah, I missed that, the barrel where you just stick your hand in and just grab a bunch of peanuts.
Yeah, I know. Because I mean, I would eat tons of peanuts beforehand, and then of course, then you're full by the time your dinner comes. Well, maybe, but
Makes the meal cheaper if you do it right.
that is true. That is very true. So basically, what we're saying is that we've developed a plan, and that's what everybody should do: is develop a plan when they're, and that way they can be polite, but yet still not lose their place in line.
Exactly.
All right. Next question is it okay to eat and drink the food you are intending to pay for when you're shopping or waiting for the cashier? So you're standing in a long line,
Mm-hmm.
or you're just shopping around. Is it okay to pop open a soda and drink it while you're walking around the store?
I don't know. Definitely not if you're getting food that's by the pound. So you got like a bag of grapes, you can't be sampling the grapes as you're walking around the store. Here's the thing: you're going to be approached. If you just pop open a Dr. Pepper while you're walking around the store, they're going to approach you.
That's true, but if you're intending to pay for it,
So this is
let's
just a
say
more
line. Say I'm in line. I'm in a long line. You've got some guy up in the front that's slowing the line down,
right. Got 75 coupons, right?
and I'm ready to pass out because I haven't eaten all day. Is it okay to open a bag of chips or to eat a candy bar and then put the wrapper up there to pay for it after I get up there?
I think as long as you're in the line, yeah, that's fine. And if we're just going by intention, then yes, I think it's fine. In execution, you have to remember that all that stuff's there when you get up to the line.
Well, that's true.
So if you down the Dr. Pepper early on and then you got distracted shopping and then all of a sudden you forgot, well, now you have an empty Dr. Pepper bottle.
But if it's in the thing, you can go, oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I drank this. Can you go ahead and ring me up for it?
Yeah, so I think as long as the product gets paid for, the store really shouldn't care.
Right.
It's just my thing would be remembering what I was going to do when I got up there. So yeah, as long as you remember everything, yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, they figure in a certain amount of loss too, don't they?
They do. I still wouldn't do it in the by the pound stuff like grapes and.
Well, maybe they could do this. You when you come into the store, they weigh you, and then when you come out, they weigh you and say, "Oh, hey, Mark, you're a half a pound heavier now. We're gonna have to charge you for what did you eat?" And I have to go, I must have had some grapes or something, and then they would charge me.
My question: how are they weighing you? I mean, are they having you take off your jacket? They're checking your pockets to make sure you don't have bottles of water hidden in there, so you weigh more.
Now you're ruining the whole plan.
Not to go gross,
way less.
Not to go gross, but does the store have a restroom that you could make yourself weigh less in? Just saying.
True.
But I think in general, yes, I think as long as you're going to pay for it, I think you're probably okay. Just be prepared to be watched.
That's true. So Shawn condones shoplifting. That's okay.
I don't condone the shoplifting because you're paying for it.
This is true. All right. We had a question come in from Mary Kay. She said, should pizza be cut in squares or triangles?
Depends on the crust.
What do you mean it depends on the crust? If it's thick crust or thin crust?
Well, yeah, thin crust. I guess it doesn't depend on the crust because now that I think about it, you can get the thick party boxes that are cut into squares. So I guess the crust doesn't matter. In general, I say triangles, but there are instances where a square might be better.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, let's say you have a square pizza or a a rectangle pizza, right?
Yeah.
Then I think squares are okay there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you more bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it's in a circle, triangles, because I mean, you gotta, I like to take my pizza and I like to kind of fold it a
Right,
little
right.
bit, eat it, and I like the triangles.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, I can see what you're saying with the squares that might play in depending on what kind of pizza you have. Like
right,
Jet's Pizza is a square or
right,
a
exactly. But
rectangle.
they got a thick and beefy crust that can take it. And yeah,
Right. But some place like Pizza Hut or well any of those other places.
right.
But I mean, is there a right or wrong answer? Why not circles?
That'd be an interesting. You'd be basically making smaller pizzas at that point, I think.
Exactly.
So with the squares, the reason I brought up the crust is with the thin crust, depending on how many toppings you have, if you've got these long triangles, it's going to collapse upon itself. Whereas if you do the squares, they're smaller pieces, but they hold up better.
Unless you make it like Pizza Hut.
I haven't had a thin crust pizza from Pizza Hut in a long time. Do they?
It was like cracker crust, remember? It seems
Right,
like
but
they would hold like a lot.
yeah, did they do the triangle? I worked there. You think I'd remember this, but I don't. Um,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did triangles.
okay.
Yeah, they were always triangles.
Yeah, but I'm thinking more like Emo's, St. Louis style pizza, where the crust isn't necessarily a cracker per se, where it might have trouble holding all those toppings if it were cut into a longer triangle. So in that case, squares, but overall triangles.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think triangles are the best for that.
I would like to see circle pieces. I mean, are you talking about like getting a cookie cutter and just thunk, thunk, thunk?
It seems like you'd waste a lot of pizza in that scenario. But yeah, why not? Why not? We were just talking about different shapes. I mean,
Yeah,
why not? Why not an octagon?
Octagon. Yeah, let's do rhomboids next. Somebody's gonna come on. A square is a rhomboid.
Yeah, yeah. What about cubes of pizza?
Now we're getting three-dimensional here. That's the next big marketing ploy, Mike. 3D pizza.
Quick, look that up. See if we can nail that.
3D pizza. Yeah. I'm actually going to look this up, folks. Let's see what I come up with.
The pizza cube.
3D's pizza, so that's a name brand. I'm going to do cubed pizza. And I come up with an Italian recipe for cubed pizza, but it looks like pizza s'mores to me.
Pizza s'mores.
Yeah, it looks like a pizza sandwich almost.
Oh boy.
I would not call that.
Isn't that a
calzone?
Yeah, a calzone.
A calzone, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like a what do you call it? S'more to me. So you look that up on your own. If I get the Instagram going up, maybe I'll throw that up there.
Hey, we're just throwing stuff out there. We're idea guys.
Bad ideas sometimes, but still
Okay.
ideas.
That's right. That's brilliant, Jenkins. All right. Okay, well, that's what we have for That's a Good Question. We're going to move into our next segment, all about warning labels. People rarely read the warning labels on products they buy, but sometimes it can give you a good laugh. So for the sake of humor, and of course, Shawn, safety, as always read the warning labels before we use any product. So here's our warning. Do not listen to this podcast while unconscious.
What?
Yeah. Don't listen to our podcast while you're unconscious.
If you are asleep or been knocked out, tune us out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can go ahead and listen, I guess. I mean, but you're just not going to catch the whole meaning of the show. So here's some warning labels that we found so strange that you'll be left wondering why the company felt they had to even print them. So I'll go ahead and start off.
Okay.
There's a product out there. It's called Gillette Foamy. It's a shaving cream, right?
Right.
Foamy. Yeah. How dangerous can anything named Foamy be? You wouldn't even name your poodle Foamy.
No, yeah, no, foamy, nice, innocent, soft. Yeah, real safe.
Right. But it says on the label, do not use near open flame. So what does that mean? Does that mean that sometime, at some point in time, some idiot said, hey, honey, I think I'm going to go shave in the fireplace.
Shaving by candlelight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at the bonfire. Hey, I got a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow going here. I'm going to get rid of that.
Maybe you wouldn't have to shave. You just put that on and then get next to the flame and you'll remove all the hair on your face.
Oh, yeah, and the skin.
Yeah.
Where, this is going to be a trend going through this. It makes you wonder what case made this stuff happen.
Right. And you got to understand that somewhere something happened that, something actually happened to make them put this down.
Yeah, they got sued or somebody complained and they don't want to be sued. Or they just, and I think at some point they just started thinking, you know what, we just got to think of the idiots that are going to have this and be proactive. And, but I wonder with this next one that I have here, I wonder if this was one of the proactive ones or if some idiot called them on the phone. Warning label on a chainsaw. Do not hold the wrong end of the chainsaw. So you're using this thing, to cut down trees and limbs and anything else that a chainsaw can cut. You see what that end of the saw is doing, and you decide, hey, I got to get my hand in there.
Whoever thought that you'd have to tell somebody not to grab the part that actually cuts things?
And there's a picture that's been floating around online, and I don't know how realistic it is. I don't know if it's a staged photo, if it's a chainsaw that was inoperable, or if it was just an idiot. He's going to pull the cord on it, and he's got the blade buried in between his thighs as he's getting ready to pull the cord. Now, I'm hoping that's one of those that was just posed for comedic purposes, but when you see a label like this, you really got to wonder.
Yeah, definitely so. Here's one you never would think. Warning labels on a wheelbarrow. You could think, okay, well, don't overfill it this way or don't do it because, it can become unstable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, those are like normal warnings to people because wheelbarrows can sometimes be tough to operate. You have to have the balance. You have to have everything. They're great tools. But here is a warning label from a wheelbarrow. Not intended for highway use.
Is Barry Allen using wheelbarrows now, or?
I think you have to buy the high end model to get the wheelbarrow that goes 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, and then you gotta license it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've been past many construction sites that are on the highway, and I've seen wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
So are they not like going by the regulations that are set down?
Well, I'm just picturing now some guy that's got to figure out, hey, I got to get this wheelbarrow home. I don't have enough room in the trunk of my car. So he has his buddy hold it outside hold on in the trunk with the handles and the wheel outside so it rolls. And I'm thinking the wheelbarrow didn't make it home. That's where the warning came from.
That may be. That reminds me of there was a picture on Facebook I saw where a guy had a pickup truck and his buddy was holding a piece of lumber outside the door, holding it up. He probably wished he had a truck so he could put that in the back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was a truck, so not sure.
This just reminds me you just reminded me of the guy that's got his hat on backwards and he's looking at whatever baseball game, football game he's watching, and he's got his hand over his eyes. And the caption is, if only there was some invention that could cover your eyes for you.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well, you worked, we both worked retail at one point in our lives.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I remember is swimming pools. Remember the little kiddie pools that you could buy? And people would want you to tie them onto their car.
Uh-huh.
And I know at one point they said we couldn't do that anymore because at some point one of them came loose and looked like a flying saucer going out across the highway. But I mean, probably wasn't the smartest thing we ever did.
Swears a giant alien has landed at the mall. Sorry, little Joe Diffie for you there.
Yeah.
You just made me think of a warning label that I don't think either of us has. Didn't those little kiddie pools have no diving warnings on them?
I think they did. No diving.
Little 1 foot pool, no diving.
Oh boy. Here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's on a baby stroller. Now, we want to be safety precautious on any of the stuff that deals with children, right?
Right. Oh, exactly.
Cribs, playpens, car seats, any of that. We want to make sure that our children are safe. But this is actually in there on this baby stroller. Remove child before folding.
Before folding the child or before folding the stroller?
The stroller.
Oh,
stroller.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not going to fold too well with the child in there, so I could see where that warning. Also, there's the injury to the child.
True.
Who's a parent? What parent made that label a necessity?
Yeah. Who tried to fold up a stroller before taking their baby out? That's what I want to know.
It's a quiet baby, though, if they didn't know as they were folding it up.
I know. It's like, I get why you start and they would scream, but you've already heard them because,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't understand.
Oh my God. Some people shouldn't be parents.
Mhm.
Speaking of, to co-op off of that one, the next label I have is to tag on a shirt for a 3 or 4 year old that gives the washing instructions. Wash it inside out. It's 100% polyester. They want to make sure that you remove the child before washing it.
Oh, that's important. I
don't know any child that was quiet enough to be put into a washing machine and it not be known. Why is this on the tag? What idiot, what moron made this tag have to come into existence?
Jimmy, you're playing in the mud. Get in the washing machine. Got to wash the clothes and you.
See, now, it's definitely a moron idiot either way, but I'd like to think it was somebody that was just trying to kill two birds with one stone. Hey, I don't have to, I don't have the time for you to take a bath and to wash it. We're just going to do it all at once.
That's right. Instead of going to the bathtub here, get in the washing machine.
Yeah. Guarantee you that they don't
move them to the dryer then.
Well, then, yeah, that reminds me of there's a bit on Night Court once. It was one of those episodes where they had to roll through 100 cases in a night. And this guy comes through and I forget why I think they arrested him for mischievous conduct. He was in the dryer at the local laundromat. And he's a short guy, shorter than anybody else that's on the cast there. And he goes, "No, I was doing it to kill myself, You know what it's like to live through life this short? Everybody just makes fun of you, You can't imagine going through life being 5'4". And then the female, Marky Post goes, "You can't be 5'4". I'm 5'4". And, she's a couple inches taller than him. And so you see Harry Stone go, "By any chance, did you put the dryer on high?" And so the guy shrank himself.
Oh, jeez.
And so he goes to Marshall Warfield, the bailiff, and he goes, "Can't believe it. I'm even shorter now. What am I going to do now?" She goes, "Well, at least you smell April fresh."
I love it. So another warning there. Yeah, you can shrink yourself.
Right, exactly.
You got one there, Shawn?
Yeah, I got another one. It's another clothing related one. It is it's more of I guess it's clothing because it's a fabric marker. So it's got the vanishing fabric marker. So, you use this to line out things on fabric before you cut them or whatever you're doing. And the warning label: the vanishing fabric marker should not be used in writing instruments as a writing instrument for signing checks or any legal documents as signatures will fade or disappear completely.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know what? That goes right along with like the vanishing pens that you can do. You know, where you can write and then they disappear. So yeah, but sometimes that's the only thing you have to write with. Sorry,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
mean, it's like you know, it's a good way to get out of a contract. If you know this is something you don't want to hold up, you sneak that pen in there. So this one's maybe not so much a warning label as it is a uh, covert way of getting, letting you know, hey, use this to get out of this legal binding document.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. You're signing a lease, you want to break the lease, you know, if you use that
Isn't
pen,
this your signature? What signature?
there's no signature there. What are you talking about? But I was there. I saw it. As long as there's no notary present, I think you're fine.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still no signature. So
Yeah, but
what would you do?
if you got a notary there, though, I think the notary stamp, you know,
I think so. Because they witnessed you actually sign it.
but man, you could create some kind of loopholes, though. Whew.
You could. You could. Here's one for you. Thermometer.
Okay.
You know, and I know that it says don't bite thermometers and stuff like that because there's mercury in the old ones. But this one says once used rectally, the thermometer should not be used orally. So you would think that would go without saying, don't you?
No matter, there's not water hot enough. There is no water hot enough for me to use that orally ever. If it's been, I don't care no.
Yeah. So don't buy any thermometers at a yard sale because you don't know how they've been used. That's a
Right.
safety tip from us.
There you go. So I'm just thinking again, why is this? First of all, as an adult, when you have your own thermometer, I don't know how many people would still take their temperature orally if you've got these thermometers that are meant for the mouth. But let's just say, for the sake of
That would
argument,
be orally.
do what?
That would be orally.
Right, right. But I mean, they don't, you know,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know anybody that really does that anymore. So I'm just trying to picture the guy that thinks, hey, I need to see what my bum's temperature is. And then does that and then puts that same thermometer back on the shelf. I don't want to meet the guy that does that.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
That's just, I mean, I'm leery of when I drop my toothbrush on the floor. I no.
It's all kind of scary. I mean, I can't believe that that's even.
What's another one? Let's get that one off our mind. What's another one you got there, Mark?
Okay, so the next one is an Apple iPod Shuffle. So
Okay.
that's an MP3 player, right? You can listen to your music,
Mhm.
load music onto it. But actually, in the warning label, it says "Do not eat iPod Shuffle."
What if I've dropped it in some mustard and some relish?
Well, and I can say, well, it is made by Apple, so it must be nutritious. I mean, is that the
Mhm.
thought process there? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm thinking, again, that one I got to think is just them going to the lowest common denominator. I can't imagine anybody physically trying to eat a MP3 player. I
Yeah, it
mean,
reminds me of the old Monty Python bit, where they were it was a candy company and they did a weird stuff, right? And they had like crunchy frog. And they said, this has got to be something other than like a real frog. This is probably, kind of like, a turtle kind of deal.
right.
No, it's a real frog. It's covered in, whatever kind of chocolate it was. I mean, they made it sound really good, right?
Hmm.
And then he goes, but don't you even take the bones out? And I go, well, if we took the bones out, it wouldn't be crunchy now, would it?
Oh my, yeah, that's a good point there. Yeah, it's about the only way you can make a frog crunchy. I mean, I
That's
guess
right.
even when you fry it, it's still gummy in the center. So yeah,
Yeah. Not
uh,
a juicy apple shuffle, but that's fine.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure,
That
now,
I don't understand.
yeah, I don't understand either. But now I'm picturing caramel apples shuffles. So they dip
What?
it in.
Some candy apple shuffles.
Yeah. you know that they were going to come out with a brand name like that. They had to think of it, and maybe that actually came out. I don't remember, where they have fun colors for them. They were going to probably call them candy apples, and then.
Oh, that could be. That could be. So
I've got like a vague memory of that, but I can't. Don't trust my memory on that. So the next one I've got, it's on a Shrek shirt, and it caution. So it's an iron-on for a Shrek shirt, I should say. So you got a regular T-shirt. It's a Shrek design, and I guess it could probably be on any design. This particular one is Shrek. So this activity involves using an iron. Only adults should do this activity. Be careful, the cardboard transfer will still be hot. All legitimate warnings, right?
makes sense.
Till you get here. Do not iron while wearing this shirt.
Ooh.
So, I've got these washboard abs, so I could see where I would think somebody like me would be able to. Oh, wait, no, that's
Washboard abs.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much a 10-gallon washing machine I've got down there. Anyway, so I could see where somebody's got rock hard abs, think, oh, I can just iron that on there, and then they have the tattoo instead of an iron-on logo.
Yeah, I can see that. So he goes, I don't have time to take this shirt off. I'm gonna have to iron this on right here.
I need Shrek on this shirt immediately, damn it.
Oh man. So, but for some reason, that label is on there because somebody would do that.
Somebody did it.
Oh man. How about electric drills?
I got a couple.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, a lot of different lines out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very useful. But one of the warnings is this product is not intended for use as a dental drill.
What if I use my Dremel?
Who is doing home dentistry? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I'll brush and I'll floss, but that's about as far. I'll use mouthwash. That's as far as I'm willing to go for my own at-home dental health. Other than that, the professionals are going to have to do it for me. So yeah, I mean, even at my poorest, even at my dirt poorest, I would never say, "Hey, Bob, I need to get this cavity filled. Come on in here. Bring the Dremel." It's rechargeable. Don't worry, it's rechargeable.
I can't imagine. Oh, what kind of bit would you use for that? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's got to be. The small bits. Actually, my guess is then though, once you drill, what are you using to fill it with? There's the next question.
Yeah, caulk.
Caulk. Let's just break that china and grind that up. Throw that in there with some super glue. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. Yeah. Here's a safety tip from the show. Hey, don't cook bacon naked.
That's always a good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don't ask why we know that. Don't ask.
Let's see. I've got one here. This is on a jet ski. Great fun, right? Great summertime fun out on the lake, out in the ocean, having fun on a jet ski. But here is one of the warnings on one of the jet skis. It says, never use a lit match or open flame to check the fuel level. That's probably a good safety tip to put on anything that,
or anything. Yeah. My question is, if you are dumb enough to be trying to check the fuel level of any fuel product with open flames, how are you operating the device in which needs the fuel? That's what I want to know.
No, yeah, definitely so. And and if you are those kind of people, you could just give us your jet ski.
Yeah, I'll take your jet ski from you.
Yeah.
Well, somebody needs to.
We at least know not to, light a match and go, oh, I wonder how full the gas tank is.
I mean, even if it's empty, the leftover fumes are enough to, cause a fireball.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
That's one I could see happening because you're on a lake, you may not have a flashlight on you, but you probably got a lighter or something. And yeah,
that's like the guy from Spire showing up, to check because you think you have a gas leak and he's smoking a cigar or something,
Yeah. So anyway,
found the gas leak.
You got to fix it now though, because you ain't got no more house.
That's right.
Oh my. Here's one that's maybe not as deadly, but I'm just trying to figure out where it came from. So it's I'm hoping this one's Photoshop, but in this day and age, I don't know. It's a wire hanger, and you know how sometimes the wire hangers have those paper slips over them.
Mhm.
It's got a warning on it that says "Caution: Do not swallow" on a wire freaking hanger.
How would you even swallow it?
The picture they have on here shows that shows a guy who must. I'm going to share my screen with you, Mark, so you can see this.
And we'll post this on Facebook and
Oh yeah, these are all going to be on there. But I mean, right there, Mark. That's what is that? How do you? There's a cartoon of this guy who's apparently swallowed a hanger, and he's got a point coming out of the front side, point coming out the back side. But here's the part that cracks me up: the dude's smiling. He's happy. He regrets nothing.
maybe it's sword swallowers. You don't want them to swallow that. I don't know.
But I mean, that just cracks me up. The picture that's on here, the guy has swallowed a hanger, it's stuck in his throat. He's smiling, he's standing, you know, he hasn't passed out from pain or lack of oxygen. He's just there.
Kind of funny the way it looks, you know. Yeah, we are definitely posting this, so you guys will get a kick out of this.
Yeah, all these warning labels are going to get posted on the Instagram. Mark will send me what he's got, and we'll post those.
Next one I have is it's on a bottle of dog medication.
Mm-hmm.
So important thing, you got to go to the vet, get your dog. You've got cats, you know. I guess it could go for that too, but this was actually on some dog medication. It says may cause drowsiness, which okay, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
But it also says use care when operating a car.
I don't what
My dog doesn't even have a driver's license.
dogs don't, but there is one cat that did. Toonsis, the driving cat.
Oh,
Cat
geez.
that can drive a car. Thank you, or you're welcome, I should say. Stuck in your head now. But they don't want Toonsis to drive around drowsy, so maybe that's why.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I you know, I don't know. You know, but you can't really drive. Hey, hey, Fido, hop in here and drive.
Take the wheel. That, you know, David Letterman used to do stupid pet tricks. Maybe that was one of them.
Maybe that was it. I mean, we have a skiing squirrel out there too. So I mean,
Now,
probably shouldn't. If he's on medication, he probably shouldn't be skiing.
I had a similar one that I threw out because you had that one, but it mentioned effects could be worsened by use of alcohol, and so you know if you're going to give your dog this medicine, don't give him a sixer right afterward.
Oh my.
So speaking of drinking, the next one I have is looks like it's on a coffee cup. I can't see the brand name, but that doesn't matter. It said caution, hot. Okay, we know that it's coffee, right?
Right.
Underneath that, avoid pouring on crotch area.
I think that one was born out of the whole
The McDonald's.
issue where the McDonald's issue where they didn't list the coffee as being hot and the person put it between their legs and ended up
Scorched pretty bad, right? But she didn't pour it; it spilled. This
Right.
is pouring, so this is like, oh yeah, some good coffee. Oh, that really hits the spot. Let me pour that down my pants here. I mean, and do you go? I mean, do you get cream and sugar if you're going to do that? I just want to know if you're pouring on your pants. Is there cream and sugar? Do you go for a light roast or? I mean, what do you go for in that case?
Yeah, French roast. What it's I guess it's whatever you prefer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if what you like inside is what you like outside, I guess.
I guess so. Jeez.
And the show has reached a new low.
Yes. Here's one from a Razor scooter.
Okay.
Fun for the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those little scooters. It says this product moves when used.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, does that obviously?
If I got a Razor scooter and it didn't move, I'm taking that bad boy back.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness we have that warning label on there. I thought it was going to stay still while I got on it.
Oh my God, my son's on the Razor scooter and it's moving. Oh my God, that's one they're getting proactive on. Nobody complained about that one. That's
No.
So here's one from me. So the scrubbing bubbles automatic shower cleaner. So that's the thing, you put it in your shower. When you're done, you push the button and it automatically runs through cycles that cleans your shower, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it says replace the batteries on a dry unit only. Makes sense. You don't want wet batteries. Remove the bottle before you replace the batteries. Helps keep things dry. Wipe off any residue. When inserting refills, stand to the side to avoid getting splashed. All that's great. Then you get to not to be used as a body wash.
Well, it cleans the shower so well, I thought I'd try it out.
Yeah, let me go ahead and let me see if it works as a breath as a mouthwash too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Somebody did that. Somebody was like, "Hey, that cleans the shower."
No, I'll clean the shower now, and I'm in here, so I might as well just hit the button and yeah.
Oh my God. That thing's got bleach in it, doesn't it?
I don't know if it has bleach in it, but I mean the chemicals that are in it are not
Yeah,
good for your body, that's for sure.
I generally use regular scrubbing bubbles in my bathroom cleaning. I don't have this particular thing, but I figure it's got stuff that kills mildew, mold, hard water stains. I don't want that on my skin. I don't use, I use gloves when I'm using this in the bathroom.
Right.
I
I don't know. I don't know.
Imagine that guy. Oh, let me get this clean in. Oh my God! He just runs out of the bathroom screaming. Skin. This is a stoplight. Yeah.
Here's one for you, Shawn.
Okay.
You like to fish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
So
I can.
brass fishing hooks.
All right.
One of the warnings on there is harmful if swallowed.
Harmful if passed as well.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But, I mean, obviously, we're trying to catch a fish, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's going to hook the fish in the mouth.
And bring it to you.
Right. So this is just a smaller version of your coat hanger, I guess, but, with a barb on it.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, who did that? Who decided, I'm a little hungry. This looks like a good snack.
Let me follow that up with a lead sinker while I'm at it.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. These are just.
And you know me, I'm thinking this all the way through. So you eat it, it's in your guts. Let's just assume it makes it all the way through the digestive tract, which it's not with that barb.
No,
so let's just assume it gets to that point. You've got to pass it.
Yeah.
No.
This just tells me that common sense is kind of dead. I mean, it's like
common sense.
So many things are we would go, why would I even do that? Why would I even put it in my mouth?
No, common sense is not so common anymore.
No.
I don't know how many more you've got, but I've got one more.
Okay, I got a couple. So
okay, so I'll do my last one, and then I'll let you write it out.
Okay.
Got a warning sign from the Newcastle Tramway Authority. Touching wires causes instant death. Great warning, right?
Yes.
People shouldn't touch the wires anyway, but you want to let them know, hey, if you touch them, you're gone. But
right.
Then there's the additional $200 fine on the sign here.
Who's paying that?
I don't know. They can't put you into work in the afterlife to pay that.
No, I guess not.
So, after you die, do they just reach into your wallet and take out your credit card and just go on a spending spree? Is that what happens?
I guess so. That's weird, though. I mean, I guess if you survive, that's the other point.
If you survive instant death.
Yeah, instant death, then you're going to have to pay $200.
It's like, I'm just wondering who came up with that. Hey, we need to let people know that if they touch that wire, they're going to die. All right. How else do we keep them from touching it? Hey, tell them it's going to cost them $200.
Yeah, maybe people don't think that way. Oh, that's going to cost $200. I don't want to do that. Maybe that's the big discouraging thing there.
I'm
and
brave
not so
enough.
much the death.
I'm brave enough to challenge death, but I ain't got the money for that $200 fine.
That's true. Maybe that was it. Brilliant, Jenkins.
All right, so hit us with your last few.
Hair dryer.
Okay.
Okay. Very, very useful tool, right, for blow drying your hair. But it says do not use while sleeping.
Now, I will say this. There are times in the morning where I haven't woken all the way up yet, even after my shower. So do they maybe mean that, where you're technically not asleep, but you're not functioning?
Maybe that's what happened to me. I mean, I'm losing my hair, and maybe I was sleepwalking and blow drying my hair in the process.
Yeah, just burned it all away. That's what happened. Yeah.
I can see where, like, if you're, like you said, if you're half awake, and you could burn yourself real easy. Yeah,
and I guess that's where they're going with it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody took a shower before they went to bed, and they thought, hey, I'll just, I'll sleep, with my hair wet, and I'll let the hairdryer dry it overnight. I don't know. Get your pillow all wet. Get your, catch your pillowcase on fire. Catch your hair on fire. Catch your head on fire. Yeah. So yeah, I bet you somebody did that though. Somebody made that warning a necessity.
Here's one. Pepper spray. Cans of pepper spray. Great for self-defense. They sell those. One of the warnings is may irritate eyes.
Yeah, don't say.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. That's the point of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you and I have both been trained in using a pepper spray, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It does irritate the eyes. So it irritates your eyes. It irritates your nasal passages. It irritates your throat. I had an old canister once that was expired, so I didn't want to just throw it away. So I went to a desolate area, nobody around, and just emptied the canister into, I think it was a empty trash can that was right there. And even the blowback from that was causing me to cough a little bit. And it was into a trash can that I was looking away from and was at arm's length away. And so, yeah, irritates the eyes. Yes, irritates everything that it touches. Doesn't need to be said. Yeah, I don't think so. But I guess they have to put all those warnings out there that this could happen. Yeah, that's the legal. How about a letter opener? How about a letter opener? Seems pretty. I mean, it does look kind of dangerous. Yeah, it looks like a dagger, but yeah. Right, but I mean, it's for opening a letter. Right. Am I right? Yeah. Other than the point, there's not a dangerous point to it. Okay, but there is a safety warning on it that says safety goggles recommended. How aggressively are you opening your letter that you have to have safety goggles? Hey, I got a bill. Yeah, all right. Oh, my God. I don't know anybody that excited. Maybe if you got a will coming in the mail that leaves you a bunch of money, you're really happy about it. But yeah, but man, I just don't see. Man, I don't know. But I guess we have to cover all bases, like you said. I'm just picturing, administrative assistants at their desk opening up all the letters that they get a day, and just putting the goggles on. Where's my safety goggles? Putting the goggles on, opening a letter, putting the goggles on, opening a letter. Yeah, that would be. Oh my God, Mark. I have one. Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say we live in a world of idiots, but go ahead. We do, and we're two of them. So we are two of them. Yes. Yeah. So don't forget to put your safety goggles on the next time you use a letter opener. Right. The last one I have is a bar of soap. All right. Okay. So, you would think, obviously, don't put it in your mouth and don't get it in your eyes because it could irritate them, which, makes perfect sense, right? Those would be typical things. But, and this wasn't so much a safety or a warning as it was just in there, and I thought it was humorous, and I thought I'd share it with you. It says, use like regular soap. As opposed to using it like irregular soap? Yeah, well, and
what is, and this did look like Irish Spring is the
Okay.
brand. I don't know if that's what it was. It could have been a knockoff, but yeah, it said use like regular soap. And yeah, where do you find irregular soap?
I mean, some homemade soaps I've seen are pretty janky, but
Yeah, but you would use them just like soap. I mean,
you would, yeah. I don't know, any lava soap maybe? I don't know.
lava. Rub the skin right off of you.
Yeah, it will. Oh my God. Again, Mark, we live in a world of morons and dullards and idiots. This makes me sad.
Yeah.
This segment made me sad.
It made you sad?
It made me laugh at a few people too, but then you start thinking about
if you're bored at home and you just need a good laugh, the first thing that you should do is turn on this podcast.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But the second thing is if you don't have the internet available and you can't get to this podcast, just look at the warning labels on products.
Mm-hmm. There's enough around your house where you can get some entertainment out of it. Yeah.
Oh, definitely so. All right. Well, I think that we've helped people out here. I think this was a very educational experience, eye-opening experience, unless you're using pepper spray. And I think that we kind of helped out the safety of the community as well. Here's another warning: don't release 300 turkeys onto a crowded street.
I mean, not without a trainer and a permit. No.
Yes, exactly.
Probably need some chicken fencing too. I'm just gonna say.
So that was our educational portion of the program.
Up next, would you rather? Would you rather? All right, we're back with Would You Rather. We got some listeners that have sent us a few questions this week. We're gonna go ahead and answer those. I'm kind of scared as to where this is going, Mark.
Yeah. Okay. The first one is from Hannah.
Okay.
We got that on Facebook. And would you rather live in an amusement park or would you rather live in a zoo?
Okay, my question is, what do I have access to in either one? Am I just on the grounds or do I have access to things?
Well, it doesn't say. I mean, which one would you rather live in?
Well, if I can get on the roller coasters, the amusement park's a given.
See, now I used to tell people that at the zoo, after it closed, they let all the animals out.
Oh my God, that would be such a murder scene when you came back in the morning. The lions would have beaten everybody.
So, I mean, the zoo would be cool because the animals and stuff.
Yeah, the noises you hear at night, that'd be pretty cool, yeah. The amusement park, though, I'd be the one that'd be trying to get the rides to work. So
I mean, it depends on the amusement park too. I mean, if you're talking about like Disney or Six Flags or Silver Dollar City or something like that, Dollywood, then maybe those would be fun amusement parks to be
right.
In. But if you're talking about Lefty's Corner, amusement,
right, yeah.
I don't know. It's just
you're talking about the roadside amusement parks. Yeah, that would be bad. I still think I'm going to go amusement park. I mean, I like the zoo. I've been to the zoo many times. But the amusement park is just, there's so much fun I could have there if I can figure things out.
You can figure things out, to get the rides to work.
Exactly. Get the rides to work. I can go get the cotton candy machine working,
That's true. Ice cream.
Funnel cake.
Yeah, but the zoo has a lot of that kind of stuff too, as far as you could ride the little train around,
Woohoo! That would be fun. And then, the zoo has that fresh squeezed lemonade that I like. But, just for my money, I'm a big roller coaster fan. So I'm just thinking of riding, the Screaming Eagle, Six Flags out here in the St. Louis area. That and the Ninja all night. That's what I'm picturing. Yeah. When you do that, you say this, that's what I'm picturing. So I'm going with the amusement park.
Yeah. The zoo would be interesting, but I just don't know that at night that it would be all that great. And some of those animals might be making a lot of noise, and that may be kind of disturbing.
And here in St. Louis, you got that peacock that just roams around all over the place.
That is true.
Who knows what
That's
he's
true.
doing at night?
Yeah. And if it was like Disney, you could sleep in a castle, or you could sleep, I mean, so, yeah, I'd have to go with the amusement park on that one as well.
All right. What you got next for us, sir?
This one comes from Richard.
Okay.
And he writes us and says, would you rather sit in the woods from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. or walk through the city of Chicago? Now, I think that walking through the city of Chicago, that could be at any point in time during the day or at night. He didn't really specify. So I think, I think it's more of that. Would you rather have it be quiet and serene, or would you rather
the hustle and bustle of the city?
Hustle and bustle, loud noises, all that kind of stuff.
See, I grew up in the suburbs, so the city might be more my thing. Because the crickets and things at night, I don't know if I could sleep during that, but I have camped before, so I might be a little premature saying that. So being the suburb boy, the city sounds might be more comforting to me. I know we're not talking about sleep when you're going through the city because we're walking through it.
Right.
But it just sounds like, especially when he says sitting in the woods, so that just seems like complete calm and quiet, which sounds nice until the creepy sounds of the woods kicks in.
And you are talking from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So
right.
They're a totally different feel to the woods at night.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where the chupacabra comes out.
That's right. And it's when you see Bigfoot or wait, we know his name now, don't we know?
It's Daryl. His name's Daryl.
It's Daryl.
Yeah.
Daryl comes out at night and though I'm so used to living that country style of life, so I would probably pick the woods. I think that I like that serene, peaceful sound. I know when we went and my wife and I went down to the Smoky Mountains and we rented a cabin, and just the sounds and the smells and just the feel of being able to see the stars, and just that sereneness. I think that I would have to pick that. I would have to
now,
pick.
If I've got a cabin that I can go into during some point during that, I would probably pick that. But I'm just picturing I've got myself with a sleeping bag and a fire, and I'm awake from 8 p to 5 a in the woods.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? I mean, that just seems like,
again, you're talking to a guy that grew up in the suburbs, man, and some of that stuff is a little scary to us.
I guess so. But I would go with the woods. I mean, I think, besides the mosquitoes and some of the bugs, of course, you hate snakes, so that might be an issue for you.
Snakes is bad. Snakes are bad. They can move, but they don't have any legs. That's not right.
No. Shawn is afraid of snakes. And I will tell you a story. We talked about Saturday morning cartoons last week. Shawn is so scared of snakes that I no matter what, a stick, a hose, whatever, a snake, just to kind of freak him out a little bit. And I think he got so used to me doing it when we actually came across a snake one time that was going across the path in front of us. He just kind of kept going. I told him, snake. I don't know why he didn't stop.
I think my exact words were, yeah, right.
Yeah. So he's almost up on the snake, and then he realizes that it's a real snake. And I have never seen somebody defy the laws of physics, but he actually jumped straight up into the air. And in the air somehow, he went sideways to avoid the snake. And I've never seen it before, but I tell you, that's what happened.
Fear snakes will break down the laws of physics anytime, Mark.
Yeah. So that would be a tough one for you, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, again, suburb. Granted, it's not great when you're trying to sleep or whatever, and a car comes by with glass packs and loud engine, no muffler, blaring their music, louder than the people inside have to be deaf. That's not necessarily fun, but yeah, just what I've grown up listening to, what I've grown up hearing when I'm trying to sleep. I gotta go with the city.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we're split on that one then. Our next one comes from Matthew, and he would like to know: would you rather never be able to taste again, or would you rather never taste anything good again?
Okay, so I saw this one on Facebook, so I've been thinking about it for a while. I was gonna go originally with never taste again because, well, I don't want to only taste bad things. But then I got to thinking about it. Poison tastes bad. I'd like to know if I'm ingesting poison.
Well, yeah, but I mean, nothing. I mean, so burnt popcorn tastes bad. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
popcorn tastes great, but burnt popcorn tastes awful.
Yeah. Everything you taste is gonna suck. But I'd rather, if I'm about to ingest something that tastes like bitter almonds, I'd like to know about it. Rather than not taste it.
Yeah. Why would you be eating poison in the first place?
Not intentionally, but I got a lot of people mad at me over this turkey thing, so who knows?
Oh man, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because would you rather not be able to taste again? Can you still smell? I guess he didn't say you couldn't smell.
If you can smell, you can kind of taste.
Right. So, or just eating bad stuff all the time. I mean, you're still going to eat it. You can still eat anything you want. It's just you can't taste it if it tastes good. And man,
does that mean if it's something that normally tastes great, if it's spoiled, you can taste it?
I guess so, because it wouldn't taste right. It would taste bad.
How would the mechanics work on that? The biology of that? Hey, these taste buds are dead unless.
Right, man, that is tough.
That's a little twisted. Is that Matt from MNN?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that explains a lot then. All right. Listen to their podcast, by the way, the N&M podcast. There's N&M or M&M? M&N, I can never remember.
It's N&M.
N&M podcast. Give it a listen, folks.
Yeah. Man, I would say we're going to have them on the show too sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I just don't know that I'd want to be able to taste. I don't want to taste bad stuff.
No, I don't. I want to know if something toxic's in my mouth, though.
Now, with that being said, like milk, I mean, if you can't smell either, I mean, it didn't say that, but if you can't smell, then how do you know the milk's gone bad unless it's gone chunky?
Well.
But because then you would know when you poured it out, but you may not know that it's soured if you can't taste it all.
Oh, chunky milk. That's one of those things that just makes me, and I like cottage cheese, so figure that one out. I guess it's because I know it's going to be chunky.
Different though. I mean, it's not, it's cottage cheese. It's not milk. You don't, put cottage cheese on your cereal.
Oh, somebody's going to do that now and they're going to write us complaining.
Yeah. Then we'll have to
warning label. Do not put cottage cheese on your cereal. Warning label.
Yeah. Don't put sour cream on there either. That wouldn't.
No. Just use milk. Just use milk.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the gang that couldn't shoot straight? The guy put brandy on his cereal before he put the milk in?
I believe that is correct.
Yeah. Don't do that either.
So what was your answer?
My answer was
I want to taste.
For safety reasons, I'd want to taste, but not for that. That's the only reason. If poisons and toxic chemicals were taken out of the equation, I would not want to taste. Right.
Okay. And I would say why taste things bad if you don't have to?
Right.
Okay. Our last one comes from Jordan on Facebook, and she says, would you rather ride a horse into battle or a dragon?
Dragon.
Into battle?
Dragon.
Yeah, a horse would be cool because, that's the big thing you see. And I've done some Civil War reenactments and stuff where it was part of the cavalry. And I got to ride a horse into battle, mock battle, but...
Yeah, reenactments. It's not like you weren't actually there, just reenactments, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. But but man, something about riding a dragon.
I mean, you've already expressed your desire to ride a T-Rex. Can now you get a chance for a dragon?
I know you ride a dragon into battle. And just think how protected you are, man, if it shoots like acid or
Fire.
flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire.
And it flies, you know?
It flies. Of course, we get stuck with something else. We get stuck with the drug we were talking about, from Never Ending Story. But that still would be cool. You could fly.
Or the dragon from Shrek that falls in love with Donkey.
Yeah.
Donkey!
but it'd still be cool.
Yeah, I'd still do it. I've ridden a horse before. I want to ride a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can go ride a horse anytime, but you don't get that opportunity to ride a dragon and into battle. I think that's the key here.
Now, is R.R. Martin directing this battle?
Yes.
Nah, that could be sweet.
But I think that would be, I think in battle is the key word here. And I think a dragon, you would certainly, I don't know if you'd be safer because now you're in the air and you're doing all this, but it still would be cool.
Yeah, I imagine you'll lash yourself into the dragon. I mean, yeah, if the dragon is felled and you're tied up, you might be in trouble, but I'd rather not fall off the dragon.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So would you rathers, hey, if you have a would you rather that you would like to have us talk about on the show, make sure and put that down either on our Facebook, which is Randomosity with Shawn and Mark, or on our Twitter account, which is Randomosity Pod.
And then go ahead and look for the Randomosity Instagram, Randomosity Pod, as well. We're going to have the warning labels up there. We're going to have the, what else did I say we were going to put up there, Mark? I was going to put something else up there. I'll put pictures of me reading the apology up there just so there's proof that I read it. Yeah. I'll throw a picture of us on the Zoom as well, just, so people can see how our studios work. I told them I'm in a studio. It's the barn. That's the shed in the backyard. That's not actually true. I'm using my basement. So they'll get to see what the inside of our current studios look like. Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea. I think, and at some point, I think we're going to try to do some videos of segments that we can throw out there so people can just see what's actually going on here.
And
we do it.
Yeah. And those trailers that we put out for our shows, I'm working on trying to see if I can get those onto Instagram. I want to I can throw the random videos up that we already have, but that's not really too interesting. And it's all, our banner with the song. And when you're on Facebook and Twitter, it's fine because you have something that labels it as, episode 6 trailer, episode 5 trailer. I got to figure out a way so which trailer it is when you're on Instagram. So as soon as I can figure that out, those will be up on there as well.
Right. We're also talking about trying to come up with our own YouTube channel, which we could throw videos up on that as well, which would be really nice. But at this point, we haven't ventured quite that far into it.
Remember, folks, we're on show we're on show 7 right now, or 8.
No,
right?
9.
Show 9. So we're still not in the double digits yet, so we're still figuring this all out.
So yeah, we are. Coming up next week, we're going to do Would You Rather again, because we've gotten quite a few of those from listeners. So we want to make sure to feature them on the program. We're also going to do the Situation Room. So if you remember that, we had Jim on the program. We did the Situation Room. Those were kind of interesting, bizarre, odd situations that we get put into and we have to work ourselves out of. And we're also going to talk about Christmas movies. Since it'll be our next episode will air on December 6th, we thought, let's talk a little bit about Christmas movies.
All right. So tune in for that next week, and maybe they'll allow me back onto Main Street by that point. I can get to our studio, but we'll find out.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I'm going to make some phone calls.
Yeah, he did find that good lawyer, thankfully. Yeah. All right. Till then, have a great week, everyone.
Later.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate you being with us idiots here. Tell your friends and family about the podcast, and to see what other nonsense we're up to, check us out on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. And remember, we're idiots. What do we know?